Episode 1, Turnabout Trigger. Here it comes, the presidential plane is descending from the western skies. Heard the message. Let's make a final approach to the lands of Great Gourd Lake. Oh, Gourd Lake? Oh dear, here we go. Just listen to that crowd. Welcome, Zangfa. Welcome, Mr. President. Now, sir, your audience awaits. Is he gonna get shot the moment he walks out or something? Wait. See, this text is going too fast for me to read. But is it? Oh, here comes the gun, yep. Isn't that guy in the middle the victim of the last case, Manny Cochin? This evil rages on. Here today, No, it's not. Okay, someone different. Uh-oh. Call the prosecutor's office. Get Miles Edwards here right away. If anyone can solve this, he can. Okay. Oh, someone got shot at a presidential thing. Let's call a prosecutor. Oh, it's such a mystery on who did this. It's such a mystery. Okay, so this timeline-wise, this seems to be like a week after game one, because game one ended on the 15th. The news must be halfway around the world already. After all, it's not every day an attempt is made on the life of a nation's president. My name is Miles Edwards, and I work as a prosecutor. I came as soon as I got a call. The moment the phone rang, I knew it was serious. Miss Edwards! Why is he question marked? We know who this is. Thank goodness you're here, sir. This is Dick Gumshoe, a detective with the local precinct. He's the one usually assigned to my cases. I was a president detective. Still don't know, Mr. Edwards. Max just boarded a plane a few minutes ago. I see. I hope he's alright. Then I suppose you better show me the scene of the crime instead. Right away, sir. Hey, I said hey, you ruffles. What? Hmm? Who's that? It's a nosy reporter. You're the prosecutor in charge of this case, aren't you? Want to give me your first impressions? Anything strike you as odd? No comment. Detective Gumshoe, with me. Come on now, Mr. Prosecutor. Don't be like that. Mr. Edwards, wait for me. Now, Detective, I'll need all the facts of the case in as much detail as you can give me. Well, the scene was right here at Gourd Lake, as you know already. A bunch of people gathered here to welcome the president of Zangfa. Did you Wang? Did you Wang? Hello? Hello? Did you Wang? Yes, I read about his visit. It's been all over the news for days now. Is there more to this than just that? It was raining until just before we landed. Luckily, it let up and we went on stage as planned. Then smack dab in the middle of his speech. Bang! But the gunshot goes off and everybody runs for cover, terrified for their lives. Apparently. Apparently? Drew says I only just showed up myself. I don't know a whole lot more than you do, sir. You were summoned on short notice as well. Sure was. Right in the middle of my day off. Oh, poor Gumshoe. I was at the office, taking advantage of the peace and quiet to prepare for my next case. Then the boss himself calls you to the scene. Never a dull moment, huh, Mr. Edgeworth? The boss? Yeah, Chief Prosecutor was right here in the park. Saw the whole thing. Who's the Chief Prosecutor right now? Because it's a timeline, it's not Lana. Who took over after Lana? I don't think we ever found out. I know at some point Edgeworth becomes Chief Prosecutor, but he isn't yet. First chance he got, he yelled at the top of his lungs. Give me Edgeworth right away. It's the old man for the job. Something like that. I see. Oh, the cornered the perimeter off the park off as soon as it happened. You happen to know? So our would-be assassin is still here somewhere. Good. Just search people for a gun. Now you gotta do is find them in the middle of that crowd before they strike again. You're right. We don't know what else our culprit might be planning. These people are in danger. Yeah, search all of them for weapons. Like, this is a crisis situation. You can legally do that. Also, the fact they were able to get here with the gun is highly suspicious. We don't have a moment to lose. Let us begin with the basics. Search every inch of the crime scene for clues, no matter how secretive they may seem. Precisely. Person was shot at, which means a gun was involved. That is our first clue. Alright, duly noted. Detective Gumshoe. How exactly was the security detail surrounding the president's speech organized? Well, sir, our officers are mainly focused on securing the perimeter of the park. The president's people took charge of his arrest. He has his own team of bodyguards. Those guys over there? Maybe we should ask them a few questions. While I talk with him, I'll need to walk over and press A. Sir, President's bodyguards are over there. Ah, so they are. I should walk up to the bodyguards and press A to talk to them. What about no? I want to go down. Can I help you? You're one of the president's bodyguards, correct? Could you tell me how the security detail was arranged during his speech? Two bodyguards. Two of our senior operatives were attached to the president. The rest were secured the stage. This is not our first rodeo. Anything suspicious in the crowd, and we would have spotted it right away. So you clearly didn't see a gun rise at all. I don't think you're doing your job. I see. So the president's security was tightly orchestrated for the duration of his speech. Let's investigate further. We should speak with other witnesses and continue to look over the crime scene. We can't afford to leave any stone unturned. Dude, this Snoop. They're probably not going to be the killer or anything, but they're suspicious. They're up to something. So that's how y'all going about it, huh? Sure is something that's seeing the pros at work. Can you share a little about what's happening to the information once you got a hold of it? Bystanders. This one seems persistent, but I can't afford to get distracted. Hey, Ruffles, I asked you a question, dang it. What's happened next? Well, put all the information together and try to find connections. Right, sir? Detective. Aw, don't be so hard on the poor guy. So, connections, you say? Hey, what next? Well, I guess you say we connect the dots. Connect one piece of information to another. Gumshoe! I told you to shut up. Mr. Edward's forte. He's a logic master. I can view what information I have with L and then connect them with X. I should try it now. Just a quick press of L and we'll be off to the passive logic. Despite the president's tight security, the perpetrators still managed to carry out their attack. Completely undetected by the cognitive of highly trained contingent of highly trained bodyguards, no less. No mean feat. This would have taken some serious planning. In other words, the assassination attempt was almost certainly premeditated. That's the stuff, Mr. Edwards. The old logic never fails, huh? Indeed. All we need to do is find the right clues and make the right connections between them. Make the wrong connections, however, and we'll only wind up further from the truth. Which means I must make a well-reasoned connections if I intend to draw logical conclusions. Let's get the investigation started. Time to examine anything that looks suspicious. To examine things, I simply need to walk up to them and press A. If I wish to speak to this detective, I should use X. Is that a Steel Samurai thing? No. I'm as surprised as you, sir. There's no mistaking it. It's the Steel Samurai. Steel Samurai, Warrior of Nero Old Tokyo. It's a popular TV show, and one of my personal favorites. But you definitely couldn't tell from how I am. No. Don't talk about it. Old, young, doesn't matter. It truly has something for everyone. Beats me why they had a Steel Samurai balloon at the welcome party for a former president. It is a little odd, although, now that I think about it, what a better hero to represent our nation. Must go on the scene and inspect anything that catches my attention. What's it? What's that green? A flag of St. Fa. The key motif is the blazing red phoenix. Wait, what's this? Something the matter, sir? You don't see it, detective? There's something unusual about this flag. Compared to the one on the other side of the stage. Oh, that's the beauty right there. Just look at it flapping in the wind. It's immaculate. Exactly. Which is how a flag should look. And yet there's quite a different picture. One thing in particular stands out, don't you think? Right. Of course. It is, yeah, I give up. Come on, spill the beans. You can lead a horse to water. Just have to move the cursor and find a problematic spot and highlight the difference with X. The spot I already hit. Take that! Look closely. Do you see that hole? Is that supposed to be a hole? Oh yeah, it is a hole because it's the green I see is the shrubbery behind it. Whoa, look at that! You're right, sir. So did the shot come from here? I note the burn marks around the edges. It's a bullet hole. There's no mistaking it. A bullet hole? So you're saying a bullet went through this flag? Breaks your heart, don't it? It does. What villainy could have befallen him? Witnesses said he popped right at when a gun went off. So the shot went through Steel Samurai, which would strongly suggest that the bullet struck the balloon. Looks like we got a case of cold-blooded samurai murder on our hands. This is sacrilege. I won't rest until the culprit has been apprehended. Detective, we cannot let the vile assassin escape. We won't, sir. Count on. I think I've gathered enough information for the moment. Time to put the pieces together and see what we can figure out. Both of these have bullet holes, so it's obvious they were both shot at the same time. There is a bullet hole in the flag, and it seems highly likely the balloon was popped by a bullet too. Which means the 2 shots were fired, right, sir? No. Possibly even 3. The president was shot at. Well, I guess you could say multiple shots were fired, but like you could just say it was 1 shot that went through everything. The president was shot at as well, remember? Equally, the hole in the flag and the hole in the balloon could have been made by the same bullet. Thank you, Edgeworth. What we need to know is how many gunshots there were. Alright, on with the investigation. Ruffles! Ruffles! Y'all figured something out, huh? Care to share? Who exactly is she? And why does she keep shouting at us? Rubbernecker, I guess. She's pretty interested in the case. Come on, give me something here. We do need to speak with some of the witnesses to find out how many gunshots there were. Fine, let's see if she can tell us anything. There y'all are. Oh, good gosh, this name. Why? Tabloid, at your service. I'm looking into the case for, well, just for me right now, but... Looking into the case. Miss Lloyd, was it? Miss Lloyd, was it? Well, what can you tell me? Any exclusive details you want to share? Oh, good. Nicole Swift. I like this name better because it's more punny. How about the prep? Have you made any? How about the perp? Have you made any demands? What about them 3 ruffles? Where does a fella buy a cravat like that?
Hold it!
Will you be quiet for a moment? I'll be asking the questions here. Dang. Here I thought I could get me some juicy for my piece. I need to know something about the shooting. Can you tell me how many gunshots you heard? Why, I most certainly cannot. I beg your pardon. They're like, nope, I'm not giving you any information because you're not giving me any information. Haha. I can't just be handing out leads for free. That stuff's my livelihood. Aw, come on, don't hold out on us. We gotta share sometimes. Technically speaking, Madam Lloyd, you have to tell us. You are a witness to a crime. You can't hide that information. Unless you want to be arrested for harboring a criminal. Interfering in investigation. How many charges would you like? Me? Hold out on you? Well, if you're gonna be like that, I'm gonna be moving right along. Goodbye. Wait. Wait for what exactly, huh? Huh? If you got nothing for me, I'm gone. We're fresh out of moves here. Out of moves? I wouldn't be so sure. What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth? As you know, Detective, I like to play a little chess. And what does one do in chess when an opponent adopts a defensive position? Why, the board offers any number of options, but some are more effective than others. Sorry, sir, but this is all going way over my head. No matter how impenetrable an opponent's defense may seem, it can always be overcome. What to learn, detective, as I shatter my opponent's resolve with the power of words. When attempting to draw out an entrenched option, one must employ certain tactics. Let's picture the board and see if we can anticipate our adversary's next move. Now we must analyze the state of play. Y'all ain't getting nothing out of me, not until you give me something in return. My opponent has dug herself in deep. Her defenses won't be easily broken. But I can't afford to try her patience by talking too long to plot my next move. In other words, I must be conscious not just of my strategy, but also the passing of time. That said, I can't afford to waste words either. In fact, I can pay dividends not to. My opponent gets too agitated. If you're trying to flex if you're flexing to ask me something, would you danged well ask it already? Maybe I'll gain a tactical advantage by calmly biding my time. Then, when I see a crack in my opponent's armor, I pounce. I shall begin by finding what is it that she does. Alright, time to make an opening gambit. Mindless. Commence! Why don't you begin by telling me about what it is that you do? Oh, sure. Or, I could totally not do that. I think I know when to keep my mouth shut. That's my job. Disagree. Is it now? So you do something you won't or can't tell anyone about. No, shut up. I ain't no lawbreaker. That's what you're insinuating. Don't you see? You have nowhere left to hide. I'm not really sure you get what you're getting out here, bro. Curses, I should have picked my words wisely. Oh, I'm gonna struggle with this at some point. The more effective I bide my time, the more agitated or upset the witness my opponent seems. When they're vulnerable, that's the time to go on a verbal offense. I'm a law-abiding everyday citizen. You got no reason to say otherwise. Forgive me, I meant nothing by it. There's something you can't tell me about. I imagine it must be a very important work indeed. Huh? Well, sure, I guess. These ways, once you bag me with a big scoop. I think we're just supposed to keep biding time. They're probably just stare them down and they'll just eventually break. Hey partner, this ain't no time for silent treatment here. I'm a busy woman. Okay, if... Really, game? Seems like it's just good stuff. I see. It's a scoop you're after. So you're a journalist, is that correct? Dang. Sure. I'm your friendly neighborhood reporter. A hungriest cub on a boat. That's the mystery of what she does for a living soul. Perhaps our hungry young cub has gathered information vital to the case. Let's make our next line of inquiry. With the opening moves concluded, the mind game approaches. What else does she have to tell us? At the time of the incident, you were present at the scene of the crime. Come on, Ruffles, you ain't gonna give a little old Tabby something first. Absolutely not. Then now you give me nothing either. You think I'm a sucker? Think again. Come on, this is a career we're talking about here. You gotta give me something. Sadly, the more you know, the more you might find yourself in danger. I ain't scared. I'm a pro. It takes more than a little gunfire to face me. A little gunfire, huh? Huh? You may be a pro, as you put it, but I'd say you were still a little wet behind the ears. You say you heard gunfire, which proves you were here at the time of the crime. Therefore, you must have seen something. Double dang. Fine, I was here. I saw it. Came to report on the big speech. Wound up reporting on the shooting. Hey, you won't get no more out of me than that. I'm done with your tricks, Ruffles. She came to report on the events. She must have made a record of some kind. A record I would very much like to get my hands on. So it's quite a clue as to where to take the conversation next. You are a reporter, which means you must have been making a record of some kind. Got more questions? You gotta give me something first. That's the deal. I am not in the habit of making deals. Now tell me what I need to know. Sorry, Ruffles. Can't help you. Time to deploy my clue. Bide. Bide time. Hey, partner, this ain't no time for a sign from me here. I'm a busy woman. Okay, fine. No self-respecting reporter would leave the house without the means of putting things on the record. So tell me, Miss Lloyd, where is yours? Of course I made a record. I told you I'm a pro. Dang near wore my shoes out running on this one. Which is why I'm not about to just hand it over to the first person who asks me. I'm not just anyone, young lady. I'm the prosecutor in charge of this case. Don't you young lady me. You ain't getting it no matter how many times you ask. I just want to see what she says. You are bringing this on yourself. I hardly see how I need to blame. Oh, you don't, huh? Well, how about I spell it out for you? I told you, I ain't getting it. You ain't getting it. Now back off. I might stop playing. Might stop playing. You understand, don't you, Ruffles? It ain't nothing personal. I understand that your job is a difficult one. You do? Well, ain't that sweet? And such is a competitive field. You must sometimes doubt that you'll ever succeed. Nah, I'll go plenty far, I'm sure of it. Yeah. As long as I got my trusty tape recorder. What now? What was that? You wanna run that back again? I'll always be ready to add me a skill. Intriguing. A young reporter hungry for success. So dedicated to her craft to leave such an important event unrecorded would be unsinkable. And indeed she did not. She committed the entire event to tape. Yeah, this is my scoop. You're messing with my big break. Fine, sure. I recorded the whole darn thing. It's all right here. You got me, okay? Checkmate. My best checkmate. You're something else, Ruffles. I was trying to be all strong and silent. You had me singing like a canary. Never mind that. Now play us the tape. She'll finally tell us how many shots were fired. Fine. You can hear it, but I got conditions. I am going to suck this woman. You played me like a fiddle, Ruffles. Only the chief ever played me so good. So you gotta agree to be chief number 2 and be a mentor to a rising star, aka me. Chief number 2, huh? Kinda like a second parent. It's a big responsibility, sir. And one more thing. I want exclusive reporting rights for the first 24 hours. He can't authorize that. Come on, you gotta say yes. What kind of mentor would give his star pupils the wouldn't give his star? She's a difficult woman to refuse, and I need to hear that recording. 24 hours is more than I can promise, but the story's yours until the case is solved. And job of chief number 2? I think not. You're no fun, but I guess a girl can't have everything. All for the sake of the scoop, huh? Alright, you got yourself a deal. I got exclusive access starting right this second, Ruffles. Good. Now then our first order of business is to listen to that tape. Honored friends and allies, I'm here today to deliver a message. The odious criminals that dogged my beloved nation are no more. The president's speech. The president passionately addressed the assembled crowd, instead of trying to shake off the reports of his declining popularity by sheer force of will. That's me there. I can't be a little live commentary to set the scene. Meeting is scheduled for just after the speech, correct? Seems pretty pleased to be able to put the whole Yatagarasu situation behind him. As well as he should be. This is a great day for all of us. Whose voices are these? Oh, these are the 2 old guys standing right in front of me. They were whispering away to each other the whole darn time. I know their voices from somewhere. Wait, the part where the gun goes off is right after this. The president thrusts his fist into the air and excitement reaches a fever pitch. The battle against evil rages on. Here today, I make you this solemn promise. We shall crush the wicked with the righteous hammer of justice. What? Ugh. 2 gunshots. So, 2 shots were fired. Yep, and that tells us something. Something very important indeed. It allows us to deduce the trajectory of one of our bullets. So, if the balloon is that far back, that's weird. Of the 2 shots fired, one hit the president, which means the other must have hit the pass through both the flag and the balloon in that order. Which, as you can see, allows us to deduce the position of our shooter. The only place in which the bullet could have been fired through the flag and into the balloons is it like more? Is it one on this side?
Take that!
Yeah. Like, come on. Like, you could make an argument. Drawing a line between the flag and the balloon gives us the trajectory of one of our bullets. Places our shooter on the left-hand side of the spectator area. You're a genius, Mr. Edgeworth. Detective Gumshoe. I'll need to examine the left side of the spectator area. Roger that, sir. So, you may clear all those people out of the way, I guess. I do. What evidence remains to be found may already be deteriorating. So I'll need you to be quick about it. Yes, sir. Chief, I'm talking to you, Chief. I suppose you mean me, Miss Lloyd. I surely do. You gotta help me out. That stuff's up my forte. I'm the best crowd herder you'll ever see. I'll proud pummel and push him wherever you like. A very kind offer, but I think a less hands-on approach might be preferable. Also, about this chief business, I am nobody's chief. Yet. What? Whatever you say, Mr. Hedgeworth, sir. Your wish is my command. I somehow doubt that. Grief, what is Payne doing here? Here you go, sir. It's all ready for you. Go on here, clean everybody out, just like you've seen it. Oh, you ain't seen nothing. Chief, my other chief, she sends them run twice as quick. So the current chief is a she? I thought you were saying he earlier. She sounds like quite a formidable character. Perhaps I should go easier on the poor girl. Thank you, but you really shouldn't have all that running around. Your clothes are covered in mud. Allow me to pay for the cleaning. It's the least I can do. Huh? You mean my jacket? Oh, don't you be worried about my pretty little head about that. It's reversible. All you gotta do is switch it around and Alakazam, there's no more dirt. On the outside, perhaps, but you still have something of a problem with the inside. Ready to get back to the investigation whenever you are, sir. The crowd has trampled the entire area. We'll be lucky to find any traces of our shooter at all. Hello, Mr. Payne. How are you doing? Well, this is quite the situation, wouldn't you say, Mr. Edgeworth? Who is he again? It's Payne, Mr. Edgeworth. Winston Payne. We work together at the prosecutor's office. He's a prosecutor. What brings you here today, Mr. Payne? What indeed? Why, only the invitation of the chief prosecutor himself. Okay, is it a him or her? He's like, they keep going back and forth. At first it's always a him, then Tabby switched to a her, and now you're saying a him. What the heck? His voice. I recognize it from the tape recording. Oh, is this one of the people that was in front of Tabby? Is he one of the men who was standing in front of Miss Lloyd? And where's the chief prosecutor? He had to leave, I'm afraid. He's a busy man. They let him, only him, out through the cordon. That's suspect. I think he's the killer. that. Like, hey, I'm a busy man. I need to get out of here. Oh, yes, sir, Chief Prosecutor. You're totally not the culprit of this case. Bye. Have a good day. So he had me summoned on short notice and then left before I even showed up. Rude. You got a pictures of trash by yourself? A prosecutor's life ain't easy, huh? Detective Gumshoe. Right away, sir. The facial detective scrabble through the garbage as the prosecutor looks on, his hands unblemished. Let's see now. Come to Papa, little treasure. Is he enjoying himself? Bingo! Popsicle stick! Gotta love those jokes they put on these. Gumshoe. That's not what we're looking for. Detective. Sorry, sir. Relevant evidence. Relevant evidence. Huh? Think we got something. Good work, detective. Let's take a closer look, shall we? Yeah, I know how to do this. Thing on the back. Doesn't look like it. There's the gun. Oh. See. Let's cover for Lakeside now. Eyes on this area. Rook reposition in light of Knight's injury. Knight to immediately escort the president to plane in case of emergency. Stay frosty. We know who might be in the audience. Stay frosty. That's probably going to become important. We're probably going to be able to figure out who it is because they're going to say that, aren't they? This is a document of some kind. What are we looking at here? Presidential security plan. It's a diagram of presidential security arrangements. Shows how the president's bodyguards were positioned. This even has his people's names on it. Rook and Knight. So his bodyguards aren't natives of Zingpa. I heard he uses some private security firm. Why not employ people from his own country? I know, why not? I know why not. Y'all want to hear a little tabloid exclusive? You really know something? Sure I do. It's all over the embassy not so long ago, back sniffing out a story. There, one of my sources tell me that the president's got more enemies than you got hairs in your head. Honestly, not a big shock. Including a bunch of bigwigs in the National Police Force. Interesting. So he's unable to trust his own domestic law enforcement. I wonder if one of these enemies could have been behind this attempt on his life. What's it doing dumped in the bag? You raise an interesting point. It's a document related to a matter of national security. It would surely be highly classified. Huh? Hey, there's someone else in here. My. What's the gun doing in there? Sir, this bag. It's gotta belong to... Yes. Could very well have been disposed of by our would-be assassin. Which is not a very bright move of theirs. A revolver would have been taken a lot of nerve over here with all the chaos. Not easy to acquire in this country, so they're not from this country. Could this be the work of a professional? That'll explain the security plan too. I think we need to take a very close look at our latest find. There's gonna be more than 2 bullet shot, isn't there? Nope. 2 spent bullets in the cylinder, matching the 2 gunshots heard on the recording. This must be the weapon that was used. Is that a compartment? My part looks weird. This part is called the grip. I've held a few guns in my time, though they've never felt quite right in my hand. Yeah, we're on Gourd Lake. You kind of picked up a gun and that was used to shoot someone and got your fingerprints on it and got accused. So, happy memories, Edgeworth. This one's no exception. This is a laser sight. Line up with the target to make aiming a bit easier. But if I press here... Yep, it's definitely a red laser. But the assassin have used a laser sight to target the president. Bag was a real find, huh? Goes to show, bag in hand is worth 2 in the trash. Nice work, detective. Now there's something else I'd like to ask of you, if you don't mind. I need you to take the bag and gun to forensics and see if they can find any prints. Honest, sir. A good set of fingerprints could really help this investigation along. Got the results for you, sir. That was quick. That was quick. You bet it was. Told detective was an ultra super high priority. But, they came up empty. And they checked everywhere. Inside and out, top to bottom, sir. They even took the bullets out of the gun and dusted them. I should have known it wouldn't have been that easy. You're always one of the news channels. Yeah? Can I help you? You must have footage of the events. Do you mind if I take a look? Wish I could help you, but it might be a little tricky. And why's that, huh, pal? Got a problem with us doing our civic duty or something? No, it's just that my camera was knocked over in all the panic. Now I can't get it to work. That footage would have helped immensely. Yeah, just our luck. What the? You look like you need a little help, Miles Edgeworth. Mr. Edgeworth. I know that voice. Okay.
You look like you need a little help, Mr. Edgeworth.
Why did she run around? She could have just jumped off the van and landed next to us. She had to just do a run around. Why?
Honestly, I'd leave you alone for 2 seconds, but don't worry. Your hero's here to save the day. That's right, the one and the only, Kay Faraday.
Hero. Only you would give yourself a title like that. So you're not a great thief anymore?
Not right now. It's not like I quit. I'm just on sabbatical. I'm taking time out for some intensive training. Being the second after Garasu doesn't come easy.
Kay helped me out on a few occasions about 2 weeks ago when I was working on a case. The case is a Yatagarasu, a mysterious thief who seemed to appear and disappear at will, and who claimed only steals the truth. She calls herself the second Yatagarasu, the successor to the so-called Great Thief.
There's not a lock I can't open or trap I can't escape. When it comes to stealing, well, I'm just in training, but I'll get there soon enough.
What are you doing here, Kay?
What do you think I'm doing? I've been enjoying the festivities, of course.
I suppose you didn't mention being fond of such things.
And afterwards, I was thinking of dropping by your office to see you guys, but now I don't have to.
Good to see you, kiddo. It's bright as breezy as ever.
Hey, Gummy, how you been? You're looking pretty full of beans yourself.
So, Kay, are you really here to save the day?
Yep. prepare your jaw to hit the floor. The best pal in the world is only here and only wet and the pictures is a whole shebang.
Did you now? You better show them to me.
Wow, your jaw didn't even drop an inch. What's a girl gotta do to impress you, huh? I know, right? The prosecution is about as much of a fun as a dangled toothache. I mean, fair. Fair. You won't even let me call him Chief. But I'm forgetting my manners. Tabloid, ace reporter at your service. Nice to meet you, Tabby. You're right, he's no fun at all. So, this one time he...
You two can chat later. Okay, I need to see those pictures.
Boom. Fine. Here.